Hello and welcome to the Romford Raider pre-show. It's summertime in Britain and I'm actually in the rink with shorts on.
Shorts.
What
a rebel.
I know. Yeah, and everyone, can we just get a quick one just before we start anything on here? Big welcome back to Mr. Matty.
Away one weekend.
Yeah, exactly, and it felt like a year.
Yeah, well,
like
to be fair, it's felt like a while since I was here. Good to be back. Looking forward to playoff action. Well done to you and Logan for running the show last week and getting a big game against Milton Keynes.
Yes. And today we are playing the Sheffield STEELDOGS. Beat them there yesterday. Friday
night, yeah.
Apologies. So, you think the boys are going to go in here with a bit of confidence, a bit of knowledge that they are able to beat them, and hopefully we can come away with some points.
Well, they've proven they can beat Sheffield at points this season. It's a good, very even head-to-head record. The Raiders will know that they've picked up some points on the road, but having lost here last week to Milton Keynes, they need to win probably at least their remaining 2 home games.
Yes.
To realistically have a chance of making Coventry. So they know they need to wrap it up tonight, take a big 4-point weekend,
yes,
and set themselves up in with a chance going into next week. It's going to be a tough one next weekend against Swindon.
Yes. Swindon, obviously, one of the bigger sides in our group at the moment. They've obviously proved themselves a lot more this year. But you can say that for most of the teams in the league, that they have proved themselves better this year than they did last year. Sheffield being one of them. Though getting all the way to playoffs. I don't think they made playoffs last season.
No, they had a few issues last season. Good that they're back and all good to go.
Yeah.
There's the not ice in. Coaches and players from the Raiders come and do their scouting job. Obviously, Ethan James sideline still. Adam Lowsham not playing this evening.
Yes.
That's one of the news. He did play Friday night. Andrew Sheffield sat out of that one. Sheffield's back in the lineup this evening. So obviously the luxury the Raiders have got with their 4 still signed imports that they can rotate that around. So that's probably the only main team change that we can run tonight. I will run through the team list at some point, but so just trying to sort a few things.
Bit of a stressful day today, but we try our best for everyone.
We're here live on a pre-game show, and hopefully you're tuning in and enjoying. Will enjoy what we got over the next sort of 15 minutes or so.
Link in the description takes you to the stream passes. This is not actually the live footage for the game today. This is just me and Matt talking a whole bunch of gibberish for about 15 minutes.
But don't advertise it quite like that. We will show you some of the action from warm-up momentarily, and show you what's happening down there on the ice. But yes. This is just a free. We've decided to do this, and probably the first time I think. We've done this for the Sheffield. We may have actually done one for Sheffield.
No, we didn't actually. I was looking through all our graphic things, and we never had anything made for Sheffield.
I mean, a pre-game show.
Pre-game? No, nothing. No, nothing. As far as I know.
Oh no, I think we played them just before the Leeds the first one we did. Anyway, I digress. Don't worry about that. We're running it now. We're looking to expand and build on this going into next season, but at the moment we're just running this. We thought we'd do it free on YouTube for people to enjoy. But yeah, if you want to watch the game, you have to pay for that. That is over on Ticketco. Check the Raiders website or link in the description.
Yep, link
below
should be correct
for
below.
that. So yeah, I missed last week, Brody. A tough one. I'm gutted. It was one you probably really look forward to. Milton Keynes, a big weekend and quite an incredible weekend as well. I mean, Saturday's game. I don't know if you much of that you saw. I sort of managed to catch up on the highlights, but quite a crazy game. Raiders coming back from at one point, they were 4 goals down at one point in Milton Keynes, and they took it overtime 7-0. Didn't quite get the win
15 goals in total.
Yeah, well, goal fest, absolute goal fest. You were here obviously calling the game last Sunday, and I think the Raiders, I guess, would be a bit disappointed that they couldn't take any points here.
Yeah. I think one name we have to mention just yesterday that kind of, I wouldn't say robbed it from Raiders, but I would say was a big name for MK, Mr. Harry Gulliver. Just was on fire last week.
He loves playing against Romford.
He was able to produce, I think, a performance that anyone would be pleased to have.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? Playoffs is a time where you really see players come into their own. We've certainly got one proving themselves for the Raiders so far this season.
Yes.
We'll come to that momentarily. Just means that after every team's now played 3 games. The Milton Keynes Swindon game, probably not ideal for any of either Sheffield or Romford. That game went to overtime, so 3 points was handed out. The Wildcats maintained an unbeaten start to their playoff campaign by taking the overtime win on that one. It means it's still fairly tight. The Wildcats have 6 points, the Lightning on 5, the Raiders now have 3. The STEELDOGS having a tough time of it in the playoffs so far with 0, but they're still in with a chance. They need a win tonight.
Yeah. Listen, I think it is just such a tough, two tough groups this year, with teams just putting in performances that are just incredible. Even on the other side with Leeds and like Peterborough, you know,
but that's been tasty, that other group as well.
Yeah, that's always been. But it's not that they're all good at performing big performances, but there's big performances, but there's also unexpected wins as well.
Well,
flying out about the league.
Hull won in overtime last night in Leeds. That's all very, very tight. Leeds with 5 points. Peterborough and Hull tied at 4 apiece. Telford have a couple on the board, and that's through to a couple of overtime losses. So a lot of games going all the way and running close.
Yeah.
And as I say, we probably shouldn't expect much different tonight. On Friday night, the Raiders held on to a 5-4 victory. You look at the head-to-head, and something I want to bring up between these two teams is, 4 of 6 games so far this season, so the 5 regular season games and the playoff one so far. 4 of them have been decided by just a single goal. A couple of them have gone to overtime. And 8 out of 11 games since the start of the last season between the Raiders and Steeldogs have been decided by no more than 2 goals. So there's not been really many runaway victories at any point. I think the Raiders won, I think it was 6-3 or something here in this season. It's the biggest margin between the two sides this season. So, yeah, you add playoffs into that, this is going to be another close game.
Yeah. We've got some ones to watch, I believe, for this game.
Well, we do. We're going on to the ones to watch.
We haven't got anything for that, unfortunately. But
what I'll do, you do your thing. I'm going to swing the camera around, and we'll try and home in on the players that we're talking about here. Obviously, the guys are out for warm-up at the moment. See that down on the ice. Who you got? I'll let you go then. Who are you on?
I don't know what you've got, so I'm actually a little bit scared of what he's got.
Well, you tell me who you got.
We'll go to the Raiders side first. Go down to the red jerseys. Mr. Jake Sylvester just down here on the Raiders side.
Oh, there he is.
I've decided to pick him because, well, the main person I wanted to pick has been taken by another ginger. He was my other option. Still able to score some absolutely brilliant goals, able to assist as well, for some decent assists. And I just think all round a great player for Raiders.
To be fair, probably the forward in form in the run-in towards the end of the regular season for the Raiders.
Yes.
Did miss out the final weekend of action on the last game of action in Respect's comeback. And he will play a massive part of that, there is no doubt. And as you can, as you can see, he can produce goals.
Then on this side, I believe I picked Sommer.
Well, who wouldn't, to be fair?
Reached 100 points not that long ago.
Yeah, so one of just a few players to reach the 100 point mark on the season,
Have you got him there?
I've got him, there he is.
You got him, there he is.
The big number 8.
Here we've got Sommer. I think all
eyes might be for another great 8 at the moment this evening in the NHL.
Yes.
Ovechkin, I think they're playing. I think they're playing very shortly in the next hour.
They are playing against the Islanders, and Mr. number 8, Alexander Ovechkin, is 1 goal away from beating Wayne Gretzky's record in a less amount of games, as far as I know.
Yeah, a lot of eyes on that. We might keep people updated on that.
Oh, I should have got the GR8 chase on our as a graphic.
Yeah.
But no, he tied the records the other day for Mr. Wayne Gretzky. Just an incredible achievement, and something you should definitely be proud of, because it is a great milestone to get to. And obviously, fellow number 8, Mr. Sommer, reaching 100 points, one of the only players in the league to do so, is also another thing. And I think, it didn't happen around similar, but they are kind of similar timed things. But yes, they play the Islanders tonight, the Washington Capitals versus the Islanders. And I swear to God, if I see any goalies performing, I will not be happy. I would be proud to be the goalie that let that goal in.
So to be fair, it's only a matter.
I'd be part of the history books.
It's only a matter of time. But just like the great 8, the Sheffield number 8 has been knows how to score goals.
The Sheffield
just as well.
Great 8. That's what we'll call him.
Well, maybe
Sheffield Great 8.
Maybe down the line if he maintains with the squad. Comes out to be the hero in the playoffs. Just to add to that, I think I've got 3 goals in the playoffs so far. 2 of them he scored against the Raiders on Friday nights.
Yes, right, Matt, would you like to go along to your ones to watch?
Talking about somebody that is scoring goals for fun at the moment, and I'll try and locate him now on the ice, and we watch the Raiders warming up. Down in the corner, down in the middle, there he is. That man, Reed Morrison. There was a lot of talk, wasn't there, Brody, with, Reed came in to cover Adam Lasham's injury. There was a lot of talk that maybe he wouldn't even participate in the playoffs if Lasham was fit. He was just in to cover, but he has almost proven himself to be an irreplaceable asset in the Raiders lineup in the postseason.
Big name. Came in later than all the other imports, and is still producing points like no other, especially on our away games as well. You see it. The away games, I think, is where he cooks a little bit. Less goals at home, but when you need the away, you need someone to do well in the away games, and he's able to produce that.
There's no doubt he was the hero on Friday night. 4 of the 5 Raiders goals scored by that man. Didn't actually register here last week against Milton Keynes, but a hat-trick in Milton Keynes as well, scoring, I think, the equalising goal to get the overtime, so it's played a big part. We add on to that, we extend back, he scored 5 goals in that 15-8 crazy game against Bristol in the final game of the season. So, essentially, Reid Morrison at the moment, he's a leading scorer in the playoffs, 7 goals, total of 10 points. Talk about the hat-tricks and all that. 3 hat-tricks in the last 4 games, if you include that Pitbull's one. And in total, the last 5 games has scored 13 goals.
Yeah, well,
talk about stepping up. All attention in the league, and quite rightly so, has been on the efforts of Sean Miller and Andrew Shufelt for the Raiders. But he's certainly, you know, maybe that is it. Maybe he's snuck under the radar.
I think if you had a one-on-one game with Reid Morrison and Alexander Ovechkin, I think Alexander Ovechkin will probably win it, but Reid Morrison will score. I can tell you that. Now, obviously, it depends on who's in goal. But if Alexander Ovechkin's in goal, he's more than likely to score. I'm yapping there. Sorry, that was just that was one of my first thoughts. And then who is your?
Well, I wasn't sure. I did wonder if we'd see him. He's played the 3 games for the STEELDOGS so far, but as far as I can see, and he's not on the game sheet, I was going to look at Finley Ulrich. He's a player that's played a lot of games for the Steelers this season in the Elite League. He's played the 3 playoff games, as you said,
He's a big name,
points.
big game.
And I thought if he was available, I think the Steelers, it's the last action in the regular season for the, I could be mistaken, I don't really follow the Elite League much, but I think it's the last regular season games this weekend.
Yes.
I thought they might let him play here again, but no, not in the lineup. But you look at the guys, I think there's a good target down here. Emilio Hal Falls is a possible one to keep an eye on. But some of the Brits as well, you know, like a lot of teams, the imports have led the STEELDOGS scoring. But there's certainly some power. Morgan Clark-Pizzo, we know, can be a quality player. Jono Phillips as well, the number 20. He will produce some problems as well.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of acrobatics on there as well. That was very smooth.
Right. That's all I wanted to watch. And my one, and we're going to do ones to listen to as well. So I'm going to say my one to listen to is Matt Udall today, because he's the only one you'll be listening to, people. Yes, he is our only commentator, and actually I think I can do something here. Look at that. He is our only commentator for this evening.
Hit me.
But that doesn't mean anything. He's the voice of Raiders. He's the man who knows. He's in the know. What colour socks does Tommy Huggett wear? He knows that. He knows what colour socks Tommy Huggett wears.
Do I?
Pink, actually. They were pink today.
Is he wearing a BS?
He was wearing pink. But yes, and something else we need to mention. Obviously, you said no Ethan James, Max Van Mullen in the goal tonight. See him down there. If you're going to zoom in, slide down there, just on the 39 James shirt. So Max Van Mullen, unfortunately, the Bucks were unable to get through after playing Chelmsford in their playoffs, but that doesn't mean that they can't, a few of them cannot come up to the Raiders. There's only a few eligible to play, and Max is up here because Ethan is still injured. But I think he's a brilliant young goalie.
Yeah, certainly one to watch for the future. Good, reliable backup. But you're right in saying that. Yeah, unfortunately, the Romford Buccaneers eliminated in the South on players, but that does open the door for 2-way players to come in.
I think you've got the likes of Brad Taylor, Megas Canis,
Kazakhs. I've got, looking at the thing, Max Van Mullen, Artemis Kazakhs in this evening. Luca Pascal makes his playoff debut this season at least. Harvey Briggs is in, Megas Canis, Bradley Taylor as well. So those are the guys that you've got.
They were going to try and get Philip Maguire in as well, as they were going to try and get dispensation, but they were assuming they're unable to do so. Yes, Mr. Max Van Mullen, look out for him. And then you've got the likes of Crow for Sheffield, who I believe will be starting tonight. He's starting tonight because he is just a brilliant goalie. And Definitely performed against us on Friday.
May not have a win to his name yet, but certainly not through the lack of effort. He is currently statistically the 3rd best netminder in the playoffs so far. I think it's Rennie Marr and Hayden Levine.
Reid Morrison's also the top point scorer in our playoffs so far.
He is, yeah, I did.
Did
allude to that.
Taking the title away from Harry Gulliver, who was it from last weekend.
From last week, yeah. But yeah, Crow, you know, 89.34 save percentage, more than well respected, and will be difficult for the Raiders to beat.
Yeah.
This evening, but we know how much firepower they got. We know how good they can be. Question to be how this one's going to go. One thing I can pretty much guarantee, I'll be surprised if it's anything but.
Is that Ovechkin will score a goal? Yeah, I know.
It's going to be an absolute goal fest again. The other thing I'll just quickly mention, the 3 Raiders games so far in the playoffs are combined, between the 2 teams, have combined for an average of 12 goals a game.
Wow. So, that's me.
It's us.
Oh my God!
Not that much of a close.
Who's that on the screen? Yeah, no. Yeah, it's honestly a big night, not just here, but for hockey in general. Obviously, you've got the likes. They're sending tickets for up to $1,000 over at the Islanders because of the huge.
No price increase in the playoffs here.
No, yeah, but there's no price increase over here. So if you live in America, pay for a plane ticket. I'm sure it won't be that
absolutely.
expensive.
If you're in America, it's cheaper to come over and watch a playoff
Even
game.
if you want to watch the stream.
Absolutely.
If you want to watch the stream, probably cheaper. You can come watch some great hockey. You can come watch the Sheffield Great 8 and the Sheffield Great number 26 battle against each other to try and score a goal in a small red net with a black disc. There you go.
Anything better to do in your Sunday
that's
night,
what our
early
weekends
April.
have been. That's what our weekends have been for a
It's
while,
18 or 15, 18, wherever it is, degrees outside.
And
Glorious.
you could be inside in a cold rink, but it's not actually that cold. I'm wearing
Best place to
shorts,
be. It's the best
and
place
it's
to
just it's mild.
No, it's a lovely climatised rink we've got here. We are very
It's a very lovely
fortunate.
rink. I'm just saying it is not very cold in here. It's literally actually we are ranked the warmest rink in the league as far as I know. There you go. Another fact for you. We're all about the facts over
Who
here.
determined that then?
What?
Who determined that one?
The away teams apparently.
Okay.
So we can that is a valid source, I feel. So you go down that tunnel and it is boiling down there.
Yeah, I never feel cold in here at all.
That's why I'm wearing shorts. I think you should go for the shorts next week.
Right, we'll wrap things up in a couple of minutes' time as we get ready to head over to Ticket Code for the stream. Just a reminder that they are not going to have the
there's a
game
few
coverage.
Capitals shirts coming on down there. A few of the Washington Capital T-shirts.
A few
Ready
celebrating
for
events.
tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to watch the game, link in the Ticket Code. I think it's very well priced, obviously, just for a family. Sit down, enjoy your Sunday evening with some hockey action. Raiders, I think it was some Milton Keynes commentators last week. One thing that you will never get or can never criticise the Raiders for is being boring, always entertaining when the Romford Raiders are involved in a game. So join us there.
Who said that?
Huh?
Who said that?
It was one of the Milton Keynes. It's,
Harrison?
I think it's Harrison and the other.
Hello, Harrison.
the
If
other
you're
fellas.
watching, hello.
Well, I assume they're getting ready for the Swindon game at the moment.
Well, they
Right.
could be looking in for tattoo. Oh,
So,
here comes trouble.
that's it. Turn it off.
The stream's finished.
There's a look at the playoff jerseys, by the way. First time I've seen these in person. I quite like that. It's an interesting colour.
It's an interesting colour.
I said the Raiders this season.
Oh, it's quite stitched on.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that.
It's got
There
a
you
proper
go.
one.
Details.
Details. It's in the details.
I don't think you might. If you get that as a fan, then fair play. They'll have to raise the price by a bit, but that's fine.
As I said, I think the last game, the warm-up ones, the Raiders have gone through pretty much the colour spectrum with their jerseys this season.
Yeah. Quite a few jerseys, isn't there?
Yeah.
We could have a Hall of Fame. Should we get all the jerseys framed with Bruce 87 on the back and just put them up on the rink somewhere, like even up there? You know, yeah. Say Bruce Grease. So everyone, I think we're going to finish here with Bruce dancing behind us like a numpty, and Matt Udall and me.
Take it away, Bruce. You close us.
Go on. There you go. You can close us.
Join us in 5 minutes over at Ticket Co. See you then.
Thank you very much.